We are staying with development in Anambra State, where several persons have died after a boat capsized in Ogbaru local government. According to reports, about 85 persons were on board the boat when it capsized at Umunankwo community. Sources say only 9 persons were seen to have been rescued. An official of the State Emergency Management Authority who confirmed the incident to TVC News said the agency is yet to ascertain the number of casualties as investigations are ongoing. When contacted, Police Public Relations Officer Anambra Command, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, noted that police marine operatives have been deployed to the area to complement the existing security in Ogbaru. Now, Governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, has condoled the families of persons involved in the boat accident. In a statement signed by Governor Soludo's Chief Press Secretary, Christian Aburime, he described the accident as a rude shock to the government and people of Anambra. Governor Soludo assured that the government will continue to do its best to reduce the negative effects of the flood disaster. He also disclosed plans to relocate people in the flood-ravaged areas to IDP camps. Well, let's get updates on the situation. I have joining me from Anambra, this time Special Advisor to the Governor, Dr. Alex Ogbaru. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. And this is such... Yes, this is such a sad incident. Talking about the capsized boat, talking about the flood-ravaging communities. What exactly is the situation at this time regarding the boat accident?
Well, with the boat accident, there's a rescue team still searching for those on board that boat, and at the same time also looking at to see whether we can still see any survivors. I mean, as the time goes on, the chances get slimmer of finding anyone alive. But from the information we have, is a twin-sized boat, a twin-engine boat, and takes about 28 people max in the boat. So it's not what is being speculated that you have 85 persons on board. What happened was that they had a lot of materials, food materials, with the occupants in the boat, and then one of the engines failed and couldn't carry the weight of the boat any longer.
Okay.
Those are the reports, the early reports.
All right. I want to be clear on the figure. How many people did you say were actually on that boat before the accident?
Certain the number, but based on the size of the boat involved, it takes about 28 people.
All right, but then we know that, Anambra has, well, just like other states in the country, has issues with the road network. And with situations such as that, you have people resorting to alternatives, in this case, the waterways. So it's not unlikely, that there might have been more people also aboard the boat, like we've seen in other instances.
Yeah, but you notice, because of the flooding, and the fact that most of these communities in Ogbaru were submerged, what people had more on board the boat were foodstuffs, food items. People getting out their harvest, trying to get them onto dry land. So from what we've seen in terms of movement of persons and goods, is more of goods aboard the boat. So it wasn't a case of overcrowded persons.
All right, let's talk about infrastructure in place to keep the waterways safe and for emergency response when the need arises. What has the Anambra State government put in place with regard to this?
Well, we have the government, since they came in on board 6 months ago, put in place in terms of road, air, and waterway transportation system. And right now we have put the systems in place, and we're trying to get more vessels, water vessels that can carry people and transport goods and persons across the waters. Unfortunately, this incident happened at a time that we have this natural disaster in terms of flooding. So that has kind of taken away the attention of government, and we're focused on making sure that people don't suffer unduly. We reduce their hardships, and we're able to convey people up to highland, uplands. Because this place where this thing happened, the local government of Ogbaru, over 90% of the local government is submerged. And this has been a cause of stress and distress also to people.
All right, so what exactly is Anambra State doing to ensure that there is no recurrence? Because, I mean, it's rainy and dry season we have in Nigeria. So it's like it's something we know should happen, would happen, and that we should prepare for. How is Anambra State government preparing to curtail, I mean, the effects of this natural occurrence?
Well, in terms of natural occurrence, I'll come to that, but let's take up the incident with the boat mishap, right? In terms of boat accidents. What we did, one is we tried to identify and enumerate all the boat owners and those who use them for commercial ventures. We've also tried to create the awareness and educate them on safety measures to take, and then also make sure that we have some transport officials who are moving along the waterways to make sure that it's safe and then people do the right thing. They don't overload, because oftentimes in the past, what we had with this kind of incident were overloading, having too many passengers aboard the vessel. But in this case, I think it was the goods and materials they had and the fact that the second engine failed.
All right. Well, aside the condolences I'm afraid that's the much to be able to take. Aside the condolences going out to the families of the victims, would like also to see, what the state government is doing to help these families. I must appreciate you, Dr. Alex Obiogolu, Special Advisor to Governor Soludo. Thanks for joining us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you very much.